CBN increases interest rates to 26.25. What is the what? What is the effect to you as an individual, you as a business person, and to the economy? These are some of the analysis we want to do. So, welcoming, let's jump right in. So, 5 days ago, now CBN, the Central Bank of Nigeria Monetary Policy Committee, has increased the benchmark interest rate by 150 basis points. That is comparing the last interest rate to the current interest rate. That's from 24.75 to 26.25. The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Yemi Cardoso, stated this at the press briefing following the 295th Monetary Policy Committee meeting of the banks. Now, furthermore, the bank retained a cash reserve ratio, deposit money of 45%, and also 30% of liquidity ratio. Now, what is the impact of this increase of the CBN, what was it called? Interest rate by the CBN. Now, I wrote down a number of things that is going to be very, very stunning. I'm going to share with you what you need to do as an individual or a business person. So let's jump right into what we have. Now, if you look at it as I've written here, now we have the impact on business expansion. And I'm going to explain what the impact is now. When interest rate goes up, it becomes more expensive for businesses to borrow money. This means that there is an higher borrowing cost. Company will have to pay more loans, more interest on loan, making it more difficult to finance new projects, expansion and other investment, and also reduce expansion. Now, because it is hard for what it is hard for businesses to borrow loan in the sense that the interest rate has gone high, and now you cannot, if you are investing in a project that is going to give you 20% return, and you have to borrow loan, you have to pay like about over 30% to the back. Now, businesses cannot find it easy to borrow money. This is the number one impact, because cost of money is high. Now, number two impact that I'll be showing you right now here is that individual investors, they have risk-free investment now, because the interest rate has increased. Now, investment is at a risk-free, especially investment that is tied to the government investment like the treasury bill. Now, these are considered very safe investment because they are backed by the government when interest rate is high. Now, higher returns on treasury bill, investors will earn more money from low risk investment because the interest rate on them has increased. Now, treasury bill, bonds, and the likes, all this stuff has increased in value in terms of interest rate. So people will want to pull out their money from the stock market. Now they want to put it in interest rates, in treasury bill, which is considered lower risky investment. You understand? Now, what is the impact on the stock market? Look at it on the performance of the stock market. Like I said earlier, movement to low risk investment, people begin to put money in treasury bill. So now you want to consider putting your money in a safer investment bracket, investment which is consider lesser risk, which is a treasury bill investment. You also want to because the stock market uh has a kind of more higher risk compared to the treasury bill because it's considered safe. But stock market is good when you're thinking about long-term investment. Now, what is the impact on commercial papers? Commercial papers are kind of investment that company gives out, and then the people that manages this investment are the money market investment houses like GDL, ARM, FCMB, asset management firm. Now, when company wants to raise money from the capital market, they issue commercial paper. Now, other companies can come in. Now, for commercial paper, these are short-term debt instruments that company use to raise money. Now, higher discount rate. If interest rate goes up, company issuing commercial paper we need to offer them at higher discount rate to make them attractive to investors. This means companies will have to pay more to borrow money. Wow. So this means that if you as a company, like there are so many companies that are going into the capital market to get loan. Now they have to do what they have to increase their rates more than the CBN rate so that to attract investors. So it's a lot for businesses. There's a reduced negative real return. Now, inflation versus investment return. Now, current inflation is at 33% per year. If investment only returns 20% per year, you actually lose a purchase power because of inflation is eating away your return. So negative return, this means that after adjusting the inflation, you have a negative return of 13.7. That is 20% return minus 33.7% return interest rates. If you get what this means. So there is a reduction in the negative real return. Now, because interest rate has gone high, it has one way or the other come up to the inflation rate. Now, if interest rate, if inflation is at 33.7 per year and the interest rate is at 26, before, take for instance, it is 20%, which is 13.7 negative return, if you get what I mean, negative real return. Now that the interest rate has increased, it reduces negative real return, if you get what I mean. But let me explain it in a low term. Now, the interest rate is at 26%. Let's just use 26%. And then inflation is at what? Is at 33%. Now, if you look at the return on your, in case the interest rate benchmark is 26%. If you do the difference, the negative return has reduced. Now, what this also brings about is that foreign direct investment, people want to use I feel the government want to use this to do what? To bring in foreign direct investment in order to stabilize the what's it called, the dollar and naira fluctuation. So if you look at the global market, their interest rate is around 5, 7, 8, 10. Now, if somebody can get funding from the global market and put it in Nigeria, which interest rate is what is 26%. Okay, instead of investing $1 million over there, I bring it to Nigeria to invest because it's around 26 to 30%. At the end of the year, I get my money. It encourages more investment into Nigeria. You got to change it to naira and then you have to invest. So it helps to normalize the one way or the other, normalizing the exchange rate fluctuation. So in sum, interest rate means the higher borrowing cost for business, which can slow down business expansion. Every policy has their back and forth. So no matter the policy, it has the good side, it has the bad side. Now depends on what is key as at the current period for for the country. Now we have the monetary policy committee review. Okay, I've talked about this. And now inflation, there's a slight improvement expected. The primary consideration behind the monetary policy committee decision to raise monetary policy rate is to achieve price stability and control inflation. And the monetary policy committee noted that the main driver of the inflationary pressure is food inflation, and this, which is influenced by the rising transportation cost for farm produce insecurity. They're just trying to tell us reasons why they had to increase the interest rate. So, but depending on you as an individual, you want to look at the best bet for what you're going to do. Now, for an individual, um, there's a lot for you because there might be what is it called? We don't know. Sometimes it can bring about because people find it hard to loan money. They want to do the best they can do to raise more money. So depending on companies or individual businesses, they might want to increase the price of their products. As an individual, you just want to do what? Acquire more. If you can acquire more in bulk, it is good. As a company, you want to consider foreign direct investment into your business as a form of funding because cost of capital is high, so that you don't bite your finger at the long run. So for me, I would just recommend you to do what, as an individual, you want to purchase massively. If you don't have the money, you also want to diversify your investment across different kind of businesses. You don't only do one kind of business. And as a company, you also want to consider raising other form of debt, maybe looking at the global debt or raising equity financing. Rather, is not debt, equity financing, in order for you to raise money to grow your business. Now, I'm Financial Paul. I'm going to be talking more on businesses and investment also. So I want you to do what? To hit the subscribe button and learn more on businesses and investment. I teach and train people on money, finance, investment. I'm a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountant. So join with me. Join the Money Magnet family. Hit the subscribe button to get more analysis on business investment at a strategic level for you to create strategic wealth. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.